What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Club and Country. This is episode number 16, and we start today's episode off with a game against Deportivo here at El Sardinero, as Deportivo comes to take us on for our first home game in La Liga. And if you didn't see the last episode, we started off the season. We, of course, found out that we had absolutely no money to work with whatsoever, so the only signings we've made have been pre-contract players from last season, Buenacasa returning on loan, the only loan player this year, and also, of course, two youth players coming in, and one of those youth players, Marian Schwarzer, would actually start this game for us at left back. So I thought, do you know what, we don't really have any potential players here, so these are the only guys we can use in order to see proper development. So I thought he may be 56 overall, which is very, very poor indeed, but I just, I thought, why the hell not? Basically, we need to see some development. Even if his potential isn't amazing, we'll play him anyway. And the first chance fell in the 12th minute here, and would you believe it, but the first goal will be scored as well. Buenacasa on loan from Juventus, getting his first goal in La Liga this year, and the assist came from, guess who? Marian Schwarzer, our young left back out of the academy, making his debut. What a cross into the box, and Buenacasa rising high, heading it past the goalkeeper and making it 1-0 to Racing Santander. Now, we won the first game against Eibar away from home, which is a real shock, and I couldn't see us getting too much out of this game either, but to be 1-0 up in the first half was absolutely crazy. In the 45th minute though, Deportivo did hit the bar from this corner, and in the 50th minute they came through again here, so we knew it would be a difficult game. We were defending valiantly, trying to make sure we would preserve our clean sheet. And as Cuenca plays the ball forward there, the shot is well saved by the goalkeeper, and it's still 1-0. And in the 63rd minute, we had a free kick here. I gave it to Schwarzer. I thought he's already got one assist with a left-footed cross. Can he get another one here? He's 42 yards out. He whips a free kick into the box. The goalkeeper gets caught in no man's land. And Christian Fernandez gets his first goal for the club and makes it Racing Santander 2, Deportivo 0. 2 assists for our 16-year-old left-back. 56 overall. What a fantastic cross that was as well. Put the goalkeeper in no man's land. Christian Fernandez getting his first goal for the club there. And it was how the game finished as well here at El Sardinero. That's 2 wins from 2 in our opening 2 La Liga fixtures. I mean, don't get me wrong, Eibar and Deportivo, they're not terrible clubs obviously, but they're not going to be the likes of Real Madrid, Barcelona, Atletico Madrid. You know, the types of teams that we know we're probably going to get battered by, even though we did actually beat Atletico Madrid last year in one leg of the Copa del Rey tie. But even so, those are 2 absolutely fantastic results, 2 real shocks as well, and it wasn't a real surprise to see the board come to us and basically say afterwards, we understand you're under pressure, but you are the right man for the job. And it's showing, it really is showing. And what I really like about this as well is that it genuinely feels good when we actually win games. And I know that sounds stupid as hell, and you're probably sitting there thinking, what on earth are you talking about? But whenever I do career modes, it's like, we start off with a relatively mediocre side, and then sooner or later we either become a very decent team, or we move to a very decent team. We start to dominate after like 3 or 4 seasons. And in this career mode, we know it's going to take a lot of time, but in those career modes, the normal sort of career modes I do, it's like, I wouldn't say it's easy, but it's like after a few years we kind of know that we need to expect Champions Leagues and Premier Leagues and La Ligas and Serie A titles, whatever else we're going for. But here at Racing Santander, it's like we don't expect to win, we expect to get battered every single game we play. So when we actually come up with a result, it feels so good. And I guess that's one of the main reasons I'm glad that we haven't decided to take the financial takeover, because even though we wouldn't be signing world-class players, we'd still feel as though we've done a bit to we've made it a bit easier for us, and I prefer the challenge, I really do, and it seems like you guys do as well. But still, we took on Malaga for our 3rd La Liga game, and we almost took another shock lead with the header by Buenacasa hitting the bar, and Malaga then coming up the pitch themselves here. And as Duda goes for the ball here, he leaves it. Eventually they get themselves inside, and the shot is taken from just outside the area, and it creeps wide of Mario Fernandez's goal, and out for a goal kick. So still 0-0, but not really much was happening in this game until past the hour mark here, as Buenacasa gets on the ball, fake shots around the last man, Ferreira. Can he score? Unfortunately not. The goalkeeper saves it, and as he takes it around the last man, I fluff my lines. What a chance that was to make it 1-0, but I put the shot over the bar. And in the 70th minute here, Malaga have a corner. It's Duda who crosses the ball in. from the left-hand side into the centre towards Portillo. Mario Fernandes gets caught in no man's land, but the header goes wide and out for a goal kick, and it was how the game finished as well. So a 0-0 draw away in Malaga, and again, you know, I'll say it's a really good result, and it feels good for us because Malaga, they're not as good as they were a few years ago, but they're still a very decent side regardless. And you know that's now 3 league games played out of 3, and 0 goals are being conceded. We still got a clean sheet in every single game, and 7 points accumulated from a possible 9. That is pretty impressive, you've got to admit, despite this very, very poor team. And then following that, we saw it was time for transfer deadline day, but as you saw by the budget there, we couldn't even bring anyone in on loan. If we did bring in someone on loan, they would most likely be a fringe player in the reserves, possibly on the bench, because the overall would most likely be poor. So as you can see, by transfer deadline day it ended, we didn't do any business. You know, we sold £245,000 out of 2 players, and we spent nothing in order to bring in Buena Casa on loan from Juventus, and of course those 2 youth players. So yeah, it's interesting. You know, I came to transfer deadline day and I was like, I'll see if I can do anything. Looked at my budget and I was like, who can I buy for £0? You know, I didn't really have anything I can do. So it was frustrating, obviously, but again, you know, I've said it a few times now, that's part of the challenge, and that's why it's probably going to be quite fun this year, even though the side is so poor. But still, we had a youth score monthly report after transfer deadline day ended. As you can see, Mitsahuru Chalmers doesn't look too amazing. 72 to 76 potential, 56 to 60 overall. So we'll probably go ahead and promote him when he is 16. But, you know, for the time being, he's 15, he'll just stay there. And we also sent our youth scout out to Spain. It's going to cost us £184,000 for a 9-month assignment with a 1-star experience and judgment scout, which is unbelievably annoying because that's just way too expensive here. But it's all we could afford, and, you know, we'll see if he can pick us up any decent players. You know, at the end of the day, I asked for a winger. When I asked on Twitter a while ago now for, you know, what wields you the best results when you look for a specific type of player from the youth scouts, I was told that winger and technically gifted tend to find the best players. So we'll see if we can get any good wingers or wide players or however that scout works. And also as well, here's a squad report on the league table as well. But yeah, with this squad this year, like I don't really know what to expect. I mean, we can't even offer new contracts to Mario Fernandes and Alvaro, 2 first 11 players who are actually out of contract at the end of the year. So if they want to leave in January, they can. So I don't really know what to do. I'm really frustrated by it all. Yeah, as you can see by the league table, 7 points accumulated from a possible 9. Only team in the division after 3 games to have not conceded a goal. 2 wins and a draw, sitting in 5th place. Okay, it's 3 games in. We're not going to finish in 5th place. We know that. We'll eventually drop down the table. But it just feels really good. Like, it feels really, really good to know that despite the fact we have no money, despite the fact this team is really poor, we're not getting battered. We're not getting battered, and I feel like a sense of achievement, you know, knowing that even though we're not progressing in terms of the team and the squad overall, we're actually making progress in terms of results. That's why the challenge actually feels more, I don't know, when you do better, you feel more positive about it, because it's like, you know, you haven't just got loads of money and spent the money on decent players. It's all about the skill level you have yourself, you know. But there you go. Still, I asked in the last episode about the financial takeover, and I'll ask again, if you do have any opinions on it, then feel free to comment. Let me know what you think about us possibly using it in the future, and there you go. Still, we take on Almeria for the 3rd game of today's episode here, and we went to see what we could do at home here at Racing Santander. And of course, I really do want to make this ground a fortress this year as well. If we are going to stay in La Liga, we are going to have to pick up a lot of points, because obviously the league is very competitive, and I want to make sure that we do keep a lot of clean sheets here, get a lot of victories and a lot of draws, well, as many as we can obviously, and make sure that not too many teams can beat us at home. I feel like our home form is going to be important for us this year if we do want to stay up. We almost took the lead early on in this game, Buena Casa heading the ball over the bar from a very good cross there, and in the 43rd minute Almeria did indeed take the lead in this game, as I actually sort of made a mistake with the kits in this game. It wasn't very easy to see what team was what, but Almeria did indeed take the lead, so our first goal had been conceded. However, Verza, who got the goal for them, was disallowed by the offside flag. So he got the goal, but it would not stand. It was a lovely finish as well, right through the legs of Mario Fernandes, but thankfully the goal did not stand, and it was still 0-0. So still scoreless. In the second half, here in the 52nd minute, Alvaro finds Kiko, who gives it back to our left midfielder, who takes a touch and crosses the ball in, picks out Buena Casa, who wins the header, and it loops onto the top of the goal and goes out for a goal kick. So still 0-0. And in the 67th minute here, it's absolutely shocking throwing from Almeria. They give the ball away, and Buena Bokassa misses a really good chance. No real surprise, he has his hands on his head there. God only knows why I tried to finesse it into the near post. Should have just smashed it to the far post, but still 0-0. And in the 80th minute here, Kiko goes forward, a great chance to make it 1-0. He's tackled, wins the ball back, and again it's a very good save by the goalkeeper, and he also catches the rebound header as well. And the last chance fell in the 83rd minute here as Andreo finds Concha, and as Concha runs forward here, look at the space he's got as he runs into the box, but I messed up on the finish and it went straight at the goalkeeper, and it was still 0-0. But that was how the game finished, a scoreless draw, so not too exciting, but 4 games into La Liga, poor team, 0 goals conceded, and 8 points accumulated from a possible 12. Now that is pretty impressive, no doubt about it. But as always guys, a big thank you for watching the video, really hope you have enjoyed it. If you enjoyed the episode, please leave a like, and I'll see you for the next episode very soon. Bye.